Hey y'all, what's going on? How y'all doing? Hey. So, remember that time is fluid. Whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. So please only take what resonates. I don't think all of these are done yet. Alright, so we're just going to leave it anyway. Hey, what's up, y'all? Just going to pull a few cards out of my little private deck. Let's see what's going on in the ethers. It's Friday. What y'all doing? I was just sitting here, I was talking to my plants earlier too, like, the sun, where's the sun? It's been really cloudy and raining. I know we need it, you know what I mean? But still, it's like forever winter, right? Forever winter. The coldest winter. Sojourn Soldier. I think that's the name. I won't mess it up. I probably already did. Anyway, let's see what's going on here. What's going on in the ether spirit, in the subconscious here? What is this that the collective think about all the time, but they really don't speak about it? This is the things we don't talk about. What is going on here, spirit? What is the things that we don't talk about? I'm tempted to get my other deck. Ooh, but I got this one. Okay. I wasn't happy. I did it because I loved you more than me. Wow. So somebody stayed in a situation, or they did something, they agreed to something because they loved you more than they loved themselves, okay? I wasn't happy. I did it because I loved you. You didn't do it because you wanted to. You did it because you wanted to appease someone else, okay? What's going on in the subconscious of the collective spirit? People pleasing, self-sacrificing energy. Giving, overgiving. What's the message, Spirit? What's the subconscious message? What we got here? This could be in-laws. This could have something to do with in-laws, a marriage, a relationship. Somebody did something to make somebody else happy. They weren't happy though. This could be family too, I'm hearing. What's this? Empress. Okay, you're the Empress here. You could be a mother. This could be about a mother. Take it how it resonates. This could be a mother-in-law. The rooster will crow 3 times. That's how you will know the prophecy has been fulfilled. What's going on here, Spirit? What's the subconscious energy for the collective spirit? Blank. I'm going to keep it over here. Hang on a second, y'all. What's the message here, Spirit? Shoe lover, boot lover. Somebody could like shoes. Somebody could have a shoe fetish. Boots. Okay, that's blank. Somebody could be a tarot card reader. or into tarot cards. What's the message here, Spirit? Okay. Right. We got 1010, new spiritual awakening. All right. This is about family. This is about family. So there's an ending, a new beginning, there's an awakening, there's a new spiritual change. All right. Something, I don't know what's going on here. Let's keep going. This could be your family. All right. Like I said in the beginning, this could involve in-laws, because that's what it says. In-laws, empress, mother-in-law, memory, sense, seeing, hearing, feeling. Somebody has a lot of nostalgia, okay, about a family member. Maybe somebody is reminiscing about their mom. Or their mother-in-law. You never saw me until I started to develop. Then you hated me. Wow. Point of entry. Ain't that? Look at that. That's the point of entry for the devil, for lower vibrational energies to attack somebody when they've been traumatized. That's usually when it comes into children. You know what I mean? That moment that something happens to shatter our thoughts, our, how we see you. You know what I mean? That's the point of entry for the devil to get in. That's just how, the best way I can explain it. All right? That's when it starts. That's when all of our, I guess I heard, tests begin. That's what I heard. We have siblings here, and you never saw me till I started to develop. Then you hated me. So this is about somebody being jealous and envious of you, of your growth, how your development. All right, this could have been, it says a sibling here. It's in reverse. So this could be a sibling that was envious and jealous of you. They could have been envious and jealous of your looks, because this is when I started to develop. Like your looks, your physique, your body, your mental, you know what I'm saying? Your growth. So yeah, somebody was jealous of you. What's going on here, Spirit? But this is somebody that's having nostalgic memories of you, okay? Or if you're the empress, right? If you're the mother. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. It can go either way, child, because you could be the mother, this could be a mother-in-law, this could be you, and I don't know. It just says in-laws and the empress, okay? That's all that's out here, and the fact that something has come to an end, right? Because there's a spiritual, I heard uprising is what I heard. Talents. Those are your gifts. Your spiritual gifts. The gifts that you were born with, that you were to develop and use to help humanity at a certain time in your life. We all are born with those. And all depends on the journey that we take, right? The path that we take to get there, right? And as we step into those roles or follow those paths, that's when we start to receive our spiritual gifts. That's when our mind is opened up, right, so to speak, right? It's almost like, from what I'm being shown, it's almost like, I can only speak from a woman, like being a virgin, right? That's the veil. You know how the hymen is intact? Y'all forgive me, that's the only way I can explain it. And when the first time you have sex, that is broken. And it's almost as if there's a hymen over your mind, covering over your brain, right? And Yeah. Mm. It's almost as if, you're being allowed, that's being removed. However, this awakening, maybe that's what breaks breaks it from your mind, right? It frees your mind, it opens your mind up. If that makes sense, y'all. All right. Now you have access to more of what's already stored in there. But you came into this world. When we come into this world, we come with our own brain. It's already programmed. Now, as we go through life, depending on, the environment we're in, that programming can change, right? Or it can be nurtured, one or the other. And sometimes we have to go through situations that break that skin, that veil, right? Come on, spirit. And sometimes it comes in the guise of family, right? Because those are the ones that are closest to us. Those are the ones that can make the biggest impact in our lives, right? Those are the ones that can get us to get cracked open, right? God know what He doing. What's going on here? I don't know. I just feel like I've just been rambling. Anything else, Spirit? Of course it is. What we got here? We got a blank. Excuse me. You're an original. You're an original. You are. You can see beyond the veil. You've been allowed access. Something has caused that veil to be tethered so that you can see, so that you are given more information. You have more access. I don't know why I heard Akashic records, because the Akashic records are already in our mind. It's been stored there, right, since birth. Since we came into the world, we came equipped with it, with all the geographical, the dimensions, all the information needed to get to wherever we're supposed to be going in this lifetime, right? And you've been granted access. All right, okay. What we got here? Trust and faith. Listen, that clarity will be brought to you. You will know which way to go. You trust God, and somebody's been doing mirror magic. So this is somebody that has, you were so mean to me. This was somebody that was mean to you. Boy, I got goosebumps. Yeah, Spirit is asking you to have trust and faith, all right? That you will know which way to go. Some of you guys could be wanting to know, which way do I go from here, right? And that's another reason that we stay in situations, is because we're afraid of what it looks like. Will it work? Can I do it? You know what I mean? Like, to walk away from the familiar. That's really what it is. We're just walking away from the familiar. We're not really leaving anything. We're just doing something different, right? Maybe I need to hear that. You were so mean to me. Look at this. Look. Talents are your gifts. What did I just say? Somebody was mean. Somebody knew. And I can tell you, when we have children, that, I don't know if you ain't got kids, maybe you don't know, but when you have babies, right, and you're watching them grow up, and then they start to go to school, and you start to see what they're attracted to, what they latch onto, the things, and you can see great things for your fucking kids, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean, sometimes, I want to say, sometimes, it doesn't pan out, the way maybe you hope for, you dreamt of, because of life situations that will take you off, that will become a distraction, that will veer you in the wrong direction, you know what I mean? And that, in and of itself, right, Because I can tell you, where I am today, I did not see myself here. I did not see myself in this energy that I'm in, living the way I live. I didn't see none of this, because that's something that I struggle with, because I had this idea of what my life was supposed to look like. And when things started going left and right, and you know what I'm saying, it threw me off. Of course it's gonna throw you off, because now ain't nothing going the way you planned. Now you got to make a new plan, right? That's the energy. Which way do I go, right? You're at a crossroads right now. Somebody was mean to you. I want to know why somebody was so mean to you. This could have been your family that was mean to you. This could have been your mother that was mean to you. Your in-laws could have been mean to you. All this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, but I feel like your gifts are coming in. That was confirmation right there. That was confirmation right there from what I was talking about when I said your gifts. That when you're ready, you have more access to them. All right, now what's this mirror magic? They wanted you to take their place. It's as if somebody wanted you to take the test for them. That's what I heard. Somebody wanted you to take the test for them. Somebody wanted you to take the test for them. You already took your test. You already passed your test. Now somebody wanted you to sit for the exam for them so they can pass, while they act as if they wanted you to. Yeah. Somebody wanted to cheat. Somebody wanted to cheat to get somewhere. Somebody could have been attacking your memories. All right? Because this is somebody that knows a lot about you. They know your fears. They know, this is somebody with the sense, seeing, hearing, and feeling, and memories. This is like having a baby up under you. You can smell the baby, you know what I mean? Those kind of sense, that kind of shit. Hearing your mother's voice and shit, recognizing, coming into, that kind of things. So take it how it resonates. Mirror magic, want you to take their place. I know what I was getting ready to say before. Spirit don't want me to let me forget to tell you. With this mirror magic, when you want to take another person's position, I feel like you gotta understand that you also must go through the other person's trials and tribulation. You gotta go. In order to be in that energy, I don't think they can. I just heard that too. It's too hot. They can't even step into your energy. Somebody may have wanted to step into your energy. I think they fucked up. Cause I was trying to say how, you have to go through the dark before you can get into the light of your energy. You understand? They can't just walk into your light. If they want to come in and take something from you in that aspect, if they took something, they have to go through the darkness to enjoy it. You understand? They have to go through the darkness in order to sit in that energy. That's why I said, never mind, strike it from the record. Thank you, Spirit, because they can't get into your energy. They will get sick. It's too powerful. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody could be sick from trying to violate you in some way, violate your energy. Windfall. Somebody got a windfall of money coming to them. Something about a windfall. I don't even know if I got the deck up right or what. I'm gonna keep it the way I had it in my hand. Let's see what's going on here. Somebody could have gotten sick trying to tap into your energy. Damn. I couldn't get there. I got goosebumps. Yeah, somebody could be getting sick because your energy is powerful. It's light. Not to say you don't have a dark side. You do have a dark side, but it's balanced. See, this is somebody that's used to going into people's energy that's lower vibrational, because that's where they are. That's like because I see somebody like throwing up and shit. That's like drinking something that doesn't agree with you. You know what I mean? I heard allergic reaction. Somebody could be having an allergic reaction, or they think that's what it is, but it's because somebody tried to tap into your energy. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, they did. And somebody could be sick and don't know why. They know why. They know why. Because I got nothing else to say. They went overstepped your boundaries, baby. I promise. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, they did. Somebody overstepped their boundaries. They tried to climb. They tried to climb your fence. They tried to break into your house, and they got deathly ill. Yep. Their body couldn't take that energy. They're only used to lower vibrational energy. They're used to low vibrational people that they can easily sway their way into their energy because they're in the same energy. They have the doors open. I heard the doors always open. Yeah, peep that shit. The doors always open, right? Imagine that. If you can equate what I'm saying. Yeah, your door's not open, so somebody tried to break in. Told thief don't rob no empty house, baby. This one right here got caught, though. Somebody got sick. Trying to tap into your energy, baby. I promise. Yes, they did. Look, there go that windfall. Somebody's about to get a windfall of money. Or somebody thought they was going to have a windfall. Ooh, child. Maybe somebody thought they hit the jackpot. Oh, yeah, I'm going in. I'm going to tap right on in here, and I'm going to take that shit. I'm going to take all of that. That's going to be me. I heard that. That's going to be me. Something about a windfall of money. All right. Somebody may have wanted to take that from you. I don't know, child. We got another blank. The Spirit said I'm drawing a blank too. Spirit said I'm drawing a blank too. I don't understand why somebody would do it either. Yeah, somebody was really mean to you. And that's why you're at this crossroads now. You know, which way do I go, right? Because you had this set, the seed, right? It's a seed, right? That you planted into, that's been planted in you, you know, that's played out over your lifetime. So that was always a part of the plan. And then when you get to a certain place, and that root, somebody snap, it's gone. You know, it's no longer there. The idea, I mean, you know, it could be just your thoughts, your perception of the situation could change. You know what I mean? You don't see it the same. You don't see the people the same. You're not the energy. You're not in the same energy. You're not in that low vibrational energy where everything was okay, everything was acceptable. You know what I mean? You went along. This was what people do. This is what family do. You know, in that sense. But something has happened. Somebody's gone through a spiritual awakening. Okay, and I know what it is. That's what it is. And yeah, it's as if somebody didn't want the natural progression of your life to happen. It's like somebody wanted to stunt it, right? Somebody wanted to redirect your life. That's what I'm hearing. What's going on here, Spirit? Tarot cards. You could be a tarot card. That could be one of your gifts. You could be a tarot card reader. You could be getting a tarot card reading and that's revealed to you, your gifts. But this is untalents. This is your gift. Something about tarot is your gift. Is a gift. Is a talent. Is a skill. It's something that was passed down to you. 1010. What's this blank card again? Justice. Look at that. This is justice. This is, yeah, this is fairness. This is what will make things right for you. I don't know. What did I just hear? I heard like somebody was trying to redirect your destiny, right? Somebody wanted to, they didn't want you to shine. They didn't want you to be seen in a light of wow, wonder, or in a good light, I guess. And I feel like maybe some of you withheld your spiritual gifts for a time, because at some point you can't stay in that energy no more. You know what I mean? And also maybe, this was all supposed to go the way that it went, you know what I mean, in order to push you in a direction you needed to go. Sometimes when we get stagnant in our life, right? Things start to get removed or moved around. I don't know why I'm picking up like furniture. Somebody could be moving furniture. All right. Yeah, in order to guide us, in the way we're supposed to go. And sometimes that includes pain, right? Because sometimes we won't move until we're forced to, right? So, God does what he does. He works in mysterious ways. What's going on here? They want you to surrender to their will. What did I say? They wanted you to surrender to their will. They were mean to you. They really were. They didn't want you to, I keep hearing they didn't want you to shine. It's like I keep saying somebody keep trying to, having a blanket over somebody's head. Remember how Michael Jackson had that had that blanket covering that baby all the time? Now they call him Blanky. Remember how he used to keep the baby covered like that? Somebody always wanted to keep you covered. They didn't want something to be seen about you. And I was also getting the energy, too, of like tarot being an outlet for someone. I don't feel like it was something that you saw, but I feel like it was almost forced. I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, take it. Not forced, but it was introduced to you. If that makes sense. Alright, what's going on here? I remind you of what you did. A lot of people feel that way. I remind you of what you did. So you remind people of how they treated you. Yep, look at this right on. You were mean to me. You remind people of how they treat other people as well, not just you, okay? But because of you standing up, because of you shining, because of your talents and your gifts, and how you set boundaries and whatever you've been doing, right? You trusted God, you had faith, right? You didn't surrender to their way. It didn't feel good to you, it didn't feel comfortable to you. You moved away from it. You did what a lot of people are afraid to do. You stood by yourself. When other people were going one way, you went the other way. You're like, listen, that's going towards the end of the cliff for you. You know what I mean? Hey. So you remind a lot of people of how they treated you. And that could have a lot of people feeling shame, regret, anger, right? Envy and jealousy. All of that shit rolled up into one, right? If you're a tarot reader, you could be expressing that in readings, right? Mm-hmm. You could be pulling people's coats, man. Oh boy, They pulling people's coats out here, snatching them coats off. They don't feel so secure. They don't feel so secure now. Mm. What's this, spirit? Listen, you get a new start. Yes, sir. You got a new start. Yes, sir. We got another blank. Yeah, people are drawing blanks. They don't know how. People are drawing blanks. Listen, they spazzing out. They crashing out. I can't make it up. People are drawing blanks. They don't understand. It's not supposed to be going this way. Yes, it is. See, that's how the lower vibrational energy. Oh my God, lower vibrational energy would have you thinking that you got away with something, but what you don't realize is it was all part of the plan. It was designed to go that way. It wasn't about. See, God wasn't okay, spirit. God wasn't so bothered about what you took or how you treated, because he knew it had to happen that way in order for the collective, the chosen ones, to move in the way God wanted them to. Not only that, not only was it meant for you to push somebody where they needed to go, all right? Because sometimes we don't want to let go. Because we're loyal like that. Even to the ones that are mean to us, that don't do us well, that don't mean us well. Even to the ones that try to hinder us. Right? It's something about how we're built on the inside. And God knows that. God knows his chosen ones will be loyal to the end. You understand? That we are not easily swayed. Come on now. Y'all hear me? You still with me? Alright. So, I said that to say, that's why God will allow those small little seem like victories that others think they're getting away with something. Listen, that's the big setup. That's the big setup, right? Because I promise you, once God could do it all at once. Listen, I can only think one at a time. I can't think about how to take care of my chosen one and still get the karma that you need, because see, you thought you was doing something slick. I allowed it. But see, that's also to set you up for what I got for you. Because you got to learn a lesson too. We're all here to teach each other. You hear me? Somebody's crashing out. Somebody could possibly be on their way to their spiritual awakening. Anyway, let's keep going. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? What happened to me? Okay, it's back on. Because that was a long commercial. That was a commercial break. That was my commercial break, y'all. What's going on here, spirit? Okay. Like, point of entry, remember? The trauma. That's the point of entry. When we're born innocent, right? And we learn from our parents. But there's something that happened. And it's not for everybody. Everybody didn't have no trauma. Well, maybe, I think spirit said yes, it does happen for everybody. It just doesn't happen in the same way. Thank you, spirit. Now, some people get violated, SA'd, as children, you know what I'm saying? Sexual abuse. Some people could fall out of a damn tree and that could traumatize. It doesn't, but what I'm trying to say, listen, and when I say fall out of a tree, that can happen, but see, when you fall out of the tree and somebody's down at the bottom saying they're gonna catch you and they fucking don't. You hear me? That's what I'm talking about. Now you scared to trust anybody that say they got you. You get me? And it's a domino effect. You know what I mean? It could turn you into an introvert where you don't trust anybody. You never come out of your shell and you never grow. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, what the point of entry is, what I'm trying to say is those moments in your life as you're growing, those moments that fuck you up. Basically, that's the best way I can say it. They fuck you up. It's like somebody violates you. Now you looking at this motherfucker like, you know that shit ain't right. You know what I mean? Now you gotta, everything was set. And I don't, God forgive me, but listen, because I'm a child of sexual abuse. All right, from a child, So I'm not trying to, trigger anybody, anything. But that's where I started learning how, with my behaviors, not only watching people's energy and knowing when people were coming around, like I stifled myself because I didn't like the fucking attention. You know what I mean? Like even as a teen, preteen, I tried to hide my body. I was a tomboy. I tried to hide my sexuality because I didn't want the attention because I was getting unwanted attention. Understand what I'm saying? All of that has made me into who I am. Yeah, I know that today. You know what I mean? But I have to really, really understand where it came from. That was the point of entry. That's when I started not to trust. That was the point of entry for all of that bullshit, the bad shit that could ever happen to me. It was, it's like biting the apple. Or being fed the apple. You know what I mean? It changes your outlook. It changes how you feel about yourself. It changes how you feel about people around you, man. Especially if you grow with the idea that family is supposed to be your closest allies, and those are the ones that do the worst damage. You hear me? Those are the ones that take advantage of you. Those are the ones that steal from you. Those are the ones that violate your body sexually. Those are the ones because you trust them. And then they tell you to be quiet and don't tell nobody. Why? If it's okay, why can't I tell somebody? I'm just saying. This is the type of energy that will abuse you because they're jealous of how you persevere. Right? You know what I mean? If that makes sense. 3737 on the timer. If that makes sense. What else going on in spirit? We got a blank point of entry. You get a new start. You got a new start coming. You got a new start. Look, I don't belong. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you were chosen for this specific journey. Because you realize this ain't how it's supposed to be. That you don't belong in this energy. A lot of people have felt like that, but a lot of people don't have the courage to get up and leave. Because of that point of entry. That fear that was placed on their spirit when they were a child. I promise you. Because there's people right now that will jump out of airplanes and shit like that because they ain't scared of nothing. And then there's people like us, like me, myself, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to do things like that. But when I was a kid now, I was jumping off of third floor porches onto one fucking mattress with my brothers. But that was also my escape. See, I could only be adventurous in the masculine energy. When I was in the feminine energy, I was a fucking victim. I was vulnerable. I got taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So I turned into a little tomboy. And I'm telling you, they showed up. Even in school, boys tell me they like me, I'll fight you. I will fight you. I got bullied a lot by women. A lot. There was so much trauma in my life around me being a fucking woman that it almost made me not even want to be one. You hear me? from people trying to take things and use me for their own selfish fucking needs, to bitches being jealous and angry and envious of me, and I don't even fucking know you. You understand what I'm saying? That's something that had me want to hide. Made me feel like something was wrong. You know what I mean? When it was the whole time. Listen, I'm talking about Stacy. It was my light. Come on now. Let's go to Spirit. I'm pretty sure somebody can identify. Look, fish in the bowl. I can't make it up. You could feel like or have felt like you were a fish in the bowl. One fish in the bowl. Everybody watching you but you by yourself. You know what I mean? Especially now. Since you know, tapped into your spiritual side, your energy, you do tarot. You trusting in God, right? You doing things way different than they doing that shit. And yeah, people could be watching you. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Listen. Listen, people watch you. High Priestess. The stars and the moon. That's what the card is. That's the High Priestess. Fish in the bowl. What we got here? People are shocked. People are shocked. Ooh, they shocked at who you are. Wow. Ooh, they shocked, y'all. Your talents are your gifts. They may not have known that you would step into this energy, but they knew there was something special about you. And I promise you, they tried to put your light out several times. Yeah. They wanted you to dim your light. Damn. The rooster will crow 3 times. That's how you will know the prophecy has been fulfilled. Look, and then it's followed by 3 blanks. 4. That's it. That's the end. Because I know, because Spirit said that's it. People are shocked. And I feel like with this shocked energy, that's the 3rd rooster crow. You hear me? If that makes sense. The prophecy has been fulfilled. Maybe this is what was meant for you. Because I said maybe this tarot was kind of, brought into the situation, without, but maybe this is where you were being led and didn't know it. You know what I mean? They shocked too. Shit, you are the High Priestess or the High Priest. Yes, sir. I don't know, but that's just a message, you guys. Let me see. Should I get y'all a spiritual as fuck would be appropriate, wouldn't it? Let's see. I don't know why I looked out the window and like, oh, it's still daytime. It's still daylight. What time is it? Don't involve yourself with whack shit. That's on the bottom. What's the message from my collective subconscious energy spirit? What's the subconscious message for this? Y'all know what I'm trying to say, right? Well, this is y'all's energy subconsciously, y'all. Y'all ain't really talking about it out loud or ain't being said out loud. Well, I'm going to say it for you. This is what's happening. You are the High Priestess or the High Priest. Alright? People are shocked. They shocked. They didn't see it. Yes, they did. I don't know why I keep saying they didn't see it. Spirit say, yes, the fuck they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The way they treated you was on purpose. Yes, they did see you. They didn't want other people to see you. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know. I feel like Spirit was like, they want you to remember they saw you. If people act like they didn't know or whatever, they're lying. They're lying. They knew. If they gonna come and apologize, they need to just say, I apologize for how I treated you. That shit wasn't right. But don't come and tell it with that, oh, I didn't know. I don't want to hear that shit. Spirit said, don't listen. They knew who you was. They knew. Even if they found out later in the game, they still knew who the fuck you was. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, then. Because I know you want, with your forgiving ass, with your good-natured ass, you want to forgive, yeah. You can forgive, ain't nothing wrong with that. But don't, listen, don't fall for that okie doke. All right? You are the high priest, or the high priestess. You already know. It's absolutely imperative that you forgive them. Absolutely it is. But you do not have to deal with them. You know, you ain't got to wish nobody bad, because I promise you, the shock and awe that they in right now, that's going to be, listen, they've already turned their wheels. They've already turned their wheels. They didn't think that you were going to step into it. That's a whole feat in itself. You know, stepping into the energy, stepping into your destiny. Or maybe they didn't think it was going to be this big. What we got here? Quit dimming your light for people with shitty-ass mindsets. Man, listen. Quit dimming your light for people with shitty-ass mindsets. You got that dream, huh? That thing you think you maybe could do, but it's maybe too big. Maybe too much of a long shot. People want you to feel like that. Maybe you'll look stupid trying to do it. Do it. Seriously. Think about lying on your deathbed saying, I never went for it because I was afraid Susan would talk shit about me. Oh, you replace Susan with whoever the fuck that is. Susan talks shit about you anyway. Hoo-wee! Go do you, then do you bigger. Susan talks shit about you anyway. How about that shit? Anyway, that's your message, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys soon. Deuces.